Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge Disc Podcast. That's right, I'm in my morning commute today, and I decided that I'm going to boycott Final Fantasy XVI. That's right. There's not enough Hispanics on there. There's not enough Filipinos. There's not enough ugly people. As a matter of fact, there's not enough people that look like people in my neighborhood. What I would like done is for these companies to make a game that's reflective of every neighborhood that they sell games in. That's right, I want different variants for different states. Not only that, different sections of states for the bigger states, right? Because Northern California, Southern California are different. So these games have to be reflective of my community. They have to be absolutely 100% representative of what I see every day. Because these companies are supposed to bow down to my will. I am the customer. Even though I never buy these games and I just sit there on Twitter boycotting. Oh my gosh, this thing is so ridiculous, guys. Let me tell you something. As a minority, any game set in this time period, I don't want to see myself in, right? I don't. Right? I am what they call a mestizo. If somebody was going to make a game about, I don't know, the Americas in 1550, I probably wouldn't want to be in it. Right? Because I'd be a second or third class citizen being somebody's servant. Right? I wouldn't want to see myself. And then if I see anything else, because I know history, right? Unlike most of the U.S. Population, because the school systems over here are so shitty that people don't know their own history. You know, I couldn't believe the game I was looking at. Oh man, you know, they demand what, ugly people now? Ugly people have to be in video games. Let me tell you something. A lot of these social justice warriors are some of the most hypocritical people on the planet, right? They're ugly as hell. And they make these avatars that look nothing like them, right? These avatars of handsome people. And they want to criticize game companies for making good-looking characters, right? It's a hoot. It's a hoot. The world's full of idiots, especially on Twitter. But you know what? These guys are always asking the right questions. They'll sit there and, for the sake of, you know, getting clicks, they'll criticize these major companies. They'll make these major efforts, major campaigns, all this crap. But they will never take that same time and effort to actually support indie companies, indie developers, minority developers that are trying to make those kind of games. Why? Because if they do that, they won't get the same amount of clicks. It's that simple. You make a video on an independent creator that's trying to make his own video game, whether he's, you know, Hispanic, black, whatever minority. If it's an indie game, you're just not going to get the attention. That's why they go for these companies, right? And again, what are these companies supposed to do? Make 100 versions of the video game to suit every sensitivity in the U.S. of all these coddled idiots that think that life is supposed to be fair? Life isn't fair. You know it's not. That's why you change your avatars into good-looking people. You guys look like kennel dogs, a lot of you. Ah, the hypocrisy. Smell it. Right? And Japan is the last bastion of companies that we have that are not influenced by this social justice crap, equality crap. You know, and life isn't equal. Life isn't fair because some of you, let me tell you, well, I'm sitting here driving 1 hour to go do my job that I love to do, right? Which is actually productive for the world. You guys are sitting there not working, not wanting to work because you think we all should work for you and give you a stipend monthly just so you can wake up late, be on the internet and smoke weed. These are the guys that are complaining about these games, right? They feel that they need basic income because, you know, they don't want to work. Because their parents did so well that now they don't want to put any effort into life. Right? That's a lot of these guys. Well, you know, life isn't fair. It doesn't matter what country you're in. There is no country that is going to support your lifestyle of bitching and complaining on Twitter while you do nothing. There's no country like that. And let me burst your bubble. Wherever you go, you're going to have to work your ass off. The only difference is in some countries you'll be rewarded better. In some countries you won't even be rewarded at all. And you're still going to have to work your ass off. Right? There's things you can do. Right? It's easier to destroy. It's easier to criticize. It's much harder to create. What do you guys think would happen if all these guys that are complaining, trying to boycott this company, what do you think would happen if they took all their efforts, right, all their social media, and started promoting somebody that's actually doing what they want done? It doesn't mean that the game's going to be a success, right, because a lot of the things that they want are recipes for disaster, right? But those companies would get more attention. There's projects out there that are worth following, that are trying to portray, you know, minorities in a positive light. There are projects out there, you know, based on Mexican, Asian, you know, African values. There are. You have to look for them, though. They're not going to get you any clicks. But you can support them. There's Kickstarters out there. There's other ways to support these creators. But none of these hypocrites will do it. They'll sit there and complain about what companies are not doing in their world view, right? Like if the world owes them something, the world doesn't owe you shit. You go out there, you make it happen. You make the effort, right? But no, it's easier to go on Twitter, complain about the world, right? Make videos or make, you know, posts about, hey, you know what? This game that's set in Europe, I'm just not seeing a lot of Mexican here. I'm not seeing my homie here. I don't see my tío here. I don't know that I would want to see them, right? Nobody wants to look at things that they can't believe. And one thing I can tell you that nobody with half an education, half a brain would believe is, you know, minorities in the middle of one of the most racist time periods in Europe. Nobody's going to buy that. Nobody, absolutely nobody, except for the idiots that are making these claims on Twitter. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.